that it takes like 5 minutes. So you just stand here in awkward silence while everybody gets notified. Like, what are you supposed to do? Just stand here and smile? Hi, welcome to Live with Renee. It's the best ever. Hello, hello. I don't know. Can you wave? Oh, you can wave. I like that. Just saying it's awkward, waiting for people to join, or just sitting here staring at yourself in a camera, and then finally people join and you're just like, so I like that you guys are joining. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I have a presentation today, a PowerPoint presentation is what I'm starting to call it. I got a couple great questions, so I am happy to answer. If you have any more questions that I'm not answering or want me to go into detail, throw it in the comments so that way I can stop rambling and I will answer all of the questions that you have or want to do that. Yes, screenshot best ankles. I have 2 lights on right now. I'm trying to work out my lighting situation. It's kind of a weird time for lighting, but yeah. All right, so let's get this popping because it's Friday and y'all got shit to do. Okay, so first question that I received was where to start when you're starting a blog, which, yeah, I had the same questions. And it goes with any kind of website. It doesn't have to necessarily just be a blog. But what I recommend first before you do anything else is to get your domain name, which shout out to my friend Becky who helped me with this when I was in St. Louis. I had no idea that that's what you have to do. You can go to GoDaddy, you can go to Google Domains, you can go through the actual, like I use Squarespace for my website and they offer that service. I just didn't know. So I went through Google Domains, super easy to do. Check that first and see if it's available. So mine was My Girlfriend Renee. So I bought My Girlfriend Renee. I think I bought My GF Renee. And then I think I bought my name, like reneedick.com or something like that too. I have to remember, but they're like $12. They're super cheap. I would get it and I would get the same. So say it's like how I did My GF Renee, My Girlfriend Renee. I would buy those too just because I don't know. I just think it's a good idea. And I was told to do that. So great idea. Next, after you own that domain, or actually simultaneously go on Instagram, go on social media, see if that name is taken so that way you can own that as well, because you don't want to have your blog one name and then somebody else own it on Instagram, because then what if they're posting like weird shit and you're like, that's not about my life. So luckily My Girlfriend Renee wasn't taken because so I got to do that too. So those are my 2 first tips before you do anything else. After you get that set, go ahead and figure out who's going to host it. Are you going to self-host? Are you going to have another platform host it? Like I said, I use Squarespace. I love it. It's super easy friendly, user friendly, and you just kind of drag and drop and everything like that. If you haven't had a chance, check out my new site. I just revamped it. I'm so proud. But it's super easy to use. WordPress, you can do free. You can do a couple different ones that are different price levels. So depending on the actual plugins that you have, like now I have e-commerce, so it's a little bit more expensive, but if you're just doing a blog, they have set fees. You can do WordPress, you can do Wix, you can do everything. Just research and figure out which one kind of speaks to you and is a little bit user-friendly for you. Squarespace is awesome. They have a lot of tutorials. They have like a chat box. I personally love it. Highly recommend Squarespace. And then next step. Sorry, I can't see because all your guys' comments are there. Go away. Okay. Choose where you want to host it, and then now get a logo. I just skipped over that. Son of a bitch. All right, hold on. Figure out your topics. Circle back to option number 2. Figure out your topics, what you're going to write about. That was like the first thing that I was nervous about, because you're like, I'm going to write about all the things, and then it becomes overwhelming. So my advice is to pick 4 or 5 topics that you want to talk about. Mine is, it started out with like lifestyle, fitness, recipes, and then I think like fashion and stuff like that. And it'll change over time, but just get your general 5 topics. So that way you have like a couple different things to write about and you're not just like shooting in the air like, oh my God, what am I going to write about today? So those are my couple first things for starting a blog. If you have more questions, let me know. I do have a blog post about this that'll have like all of that listed to make it a little bit easier for you. Next one is going to be where to get stock photos if you don't have access to a photographer. I don't have access to a photographer either until recently, but I use a tripod. I have my $30 construction paper hanger thing, and that's what I do. It works great. The best thing that you can do is start taking your own pictures, and then you can also mix it in with stock photos too. So Canva, amazing, free. They have ones that you can buy. Canva is probably going to be your holy grail. If I had to recommend one, I would go Canva because everything's already there on the website. Pexels is super cool. You just download it. You can donate to the photographer, but I don't really know anybody that actually donates to the photographer. Maybe I'm cheap. I don't know. So if you donate, let me know. Pinterest is great too. You can screenshot, you can download an image. WordSwag has the option for already like pretty ones in the background, and then you can put your text over it. Super easy too. Google, when all else fails, get on Google, figure it out there. Which leads into the next picture, which is how to pose. Sorry, I can't see. How to pose for pictures. I'm awkward on camera. Aren't we all? Aren't we all? Best advice I can give is get out of your head. First thing I realized when I started taking pictures was I felt weird and I felt like everybody was watching me, but like everybody does it nowadays, so nobody cares. So you can be in like a building, middle of a shopping center. And you know what? Somebody else has done it too, so don't worry about it. Get out of your own head and work it. I started doing these meetups with my friend who's a blogger and needed content as well. She did it for, she got paid to do it. Like she was doing ad stuff. So it was funny. The first time I saw her, she literally, as soon as I pull out the camera, she went into like full mode. I was like, oh, okay, this is how you do it. All right, all right. So now, whenever the camera comes out, girl, I'm ready. You know, so make sure that you get out of your own way and just go in with the mentality that you're there to work, get the job done, and do it. You got that, right? Then the next thing I would do is go on Pinterest, creep on all the bloggers. When all else fails, touch your hair. That one always works really well. I don't know. Or, oh, I'm looking at the floor. I'm looking at my toes. Like, go and look at a couple bloggers on Pinterest because they're always doing it too, you know? But when all else fails, just do this. So funny. You know, that works. Then I would go and look at the 5 things that pertain to your content. This is a great one that helped. I learned this tip from Jasmine Star. She has like a sequence where she has 4 different like content pillars, and those are what she shoots her pictures for. Like me, I know I'm going to do tips, I'm going to do a graphic tee and stuff like that. So I have a list of different shots in mind when I go somewhere. And I just learned this. I'm starting to work with a brandographer. Her name is the Brandographer. I'm starting to realize that. And I just sent her a couple things and I didn't give her any direction. So the best thing you can do is have direction and have a list, like a shot list of angles. Like I sent her a shirt and stuff and I was like, okay, I need packaging pictures, but I didn't tell her. So she just started taking pictures and I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. That's not what I wanted. But she had no clue. So I had to send her a shot list. Like I wanted a package. I wanted, you know, the tissue coming out of the bag and all that stuff. So make sure you have a shot list. It's going to make your life so much easier, especially if you're taking pictures with somebody or your husband or your 5-year-old, which I've done. No, Bryce, get the angle. This one's going to be a chatting one. This is going to be a tip one, you know? So just start to have a list of things so that way it's not so hard and you're not just like, what do I do with my hands? You know? So that's my best advice for that. Then moving on. Oh, self-timer. Yes. I haven't figured out the remote yet. My tripods come with remotes. I've never been able to use it. I don't know why. I just set the timer and then you run and hope it lasts. You know, it's fine. You can always delete and go again. So how to use Pinterest for business. This one, I feel like I get a lot because people overestimate Pinterest. It's not that hard, y'all. It really isn't. It's super easy. Go on Canva, start making some pins. There's templates already made and start pushing your shit onto Pinterest. It's really not that hard. All you have to do is have a link back to wherever you want to send them. That is the only rule on Pinterest, is to make sure you have somewhere to send them. If you don't, then your time is useless. So go on Canva, start making some pins of pictures of you or whatever you sell or wherever you want them to go. If you have a website that you want them to go to, give them a little tidbit like, here are my 5 tips for video. Put it in there and then link it back to your blog. That's really it, people. Y'all are overestimating. It's like Pinterest is super easy. If I can do it, you can do it. Get on it. Stop being lazy. Okay? Yes? Okay. So step 1, take everything you do on Instagram. So you're already making content for Instagram. A lot of you are using templates. A lot of you are putting them in your stories and you have videos. Put that on Pinterest. Pinterest can do videos. So every single piece of content that goes on Instagram, goes on Facebook, put it on Pinterest. It's free. Do it. Step 2, make sure you have a business profile, same as Instagram. You want to check your analytics, because what if you have a pin that goes like viral and you don't have the analytics to show you that, so you don't know. So make sure your pins are trackable and you can see them, because that way you have it. So one of my friends DM'd me yesterday and she's like, look at this pin has 3.1K views and then it had like 150 saves. I'm like, girl, put that shit in Tailwind, circle it. Keep pushing it out, because if that one's doing really well, that's going to bring all that traffic to your site. So make sure you're watching those analytics so that way you can keep it up. Then let's see, what does that say? Canva and creating pins, put a link. Oh, I already said that. Okay, yeah. So there you go. It's easy, right? I mean, all you have to do is just take the content you already have, put it into Pinterest, create your boards, create your pins, and you're good to go. It's really easy. Another big tip too with Pinterest, a lot of people aren't doing, is they're only pinning their content. So I have like 3 million views on Pinterest. They are not traffic to my blog. They are just views. So that is people viewing the pins that I'm pinning. So if you're pinning popular pins like for this time, like, so this would be what, we're in spring, Mother's Day. So if you're pinning Mother's Day content, your views are going to go up because that's what's trending right now. So make sure you're not only pinning your content, because you're not as popular as you think. I know we all think we're the shit, but you aren't as cool as you think. So start pinning other people's shit, okay? Yes. So start pinning other people's content to your boards. You can do like 70% yours, 30% somebody else, or you can switch it around, depend, play with it. But by me pinning other people's content, in turn, my views go up on Pinterest, and that's why I'm in like the millions. But realistically, that's not millions on my blog. I mean, I wish. Are you kidding me? 3 million views a month? I'm in, but it don't work like that. So pin other people's content, pin your own content, and get on it, because it's free, y'all. It's free. Get on it. Are you saving this? Yes, I will save this for you. Definitely. All right, any more questions? This is a Friday. I'm going camping. I got to get out of here. You know, I got to like go get out of the house because we going crazy up in here, leaving. But I hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, feel free to send them to me, because I'm going to be going live every single Friday. A lot of questions about the subscription every day. Sign up before the 15th or else you ain't getting next month's shirt. You ain't getting it. So by the 15th. And then next month I have the Pinterest Pro coming on for the Zoom call, so you don't want to miss it. If you are losing in Pinterest or you just need help in Pinterest, trust me, she's going to be on the call. It's going to be fun. And make sure you sign up before the 15th so you get this month's shirt.